guys, welcome back to Trend Talks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Miraj, and as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, to like and to share this video. So in other news, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, the Duke of Sussex is back in the UK. He is in London for his security court appeal hearing. And I stumbled upon a Storm Hartley discussion because there's so many discussions right now of whether or not he should be given security. Listen, it had the Ranger, Mike Perry, and the beautiful Yasmin, and they had interesting things to say. And you are going to fall in love with Yasmin's take. So have a look.
Guarantee you police protection for life that we all pay for.
You know, I'm not a royalist at all. But I think there is an issue here about what is he being punished for.
Why is it a punishment?
I think it's a punishment because there's been years now since before Harry and Meghan left the country, or in my view, had to leave the country because of the hatred, really, that was being whipped up by certain sections of the press and other people against them. We live in very volatile times, okay? And it seems to me that for him, who provokes a lot of anger in this country, because he wrote, after the book he wrote, people forget, incidentally, that Charles spoke about how unhappy he was with his own parents on the Jonathan Dimbleby show and how cold they were to him, and nobody remembers that, as if he's broken some kind of a religious code. So I think his life is in danger, and anybody whose life is in danger, who's a prominent person, especially as he's offered to pay for it.
Okay, but isn't this a transaction? Very simply, he stops providing us with the service of being a royal, all of the what's entailed with public life. He moves to another country. We can't carry on providing
no,
them
but he
if
can
he
pay
doesn't
for
give
it.
us that
Why
service
can't
back.
he pay for it? Look, his life. How would his father?
Because you can't pay for the police. You
No,
can't.
no,
None of us can pay
he
for
can
the
pay
police.
for. He can pay for security if he's willing. People say, "Why should we pay for it?" That's the one argument. But also, if Charles and William don't deal with this situation and something happens to him, because something could,
Mike.
yeah, then what will they say?
Mike.
Royal, but I don't think he should get the benefit of the protection that members of the royal family get because he's opted out of the royal family. I mean, he has opted out. He's a non-working royal. He's moved to the United States. He's pursuing his own life. He can't have 1 foot in the royal family, 1 foot out. He wants to make hundreds of millions of dollars over in America. That's why he opted out of the family in a business association with his wife, which he's perfectly entitled to do. But that does mean the relationship between himself and the royal family here and this country has to change. I can't even work out why he's pursuing this. He's spending millions on a court case to try and enforce the Metropolitan Police to show him royal protection when he could pay for it himself.
Well, he's offered to pay for it himself.
No, but no,
he's offered to pay for police protection, which means that the intelligence that the police have about potential threats to him is something that they can use to protect him.
Yeah, but you've already pointed out, Matt, twice in this programme already, you can't buy police protection in this country.
And you can't opt out of DNA. You can't opt out of the accident of your birth, which makes you a member of the royal family. That's not something you can choose not to.
But you can't opt out of the royal family and say, and by the way, there are some privileges I would still like.
It's not a privilege.
It is a privilege. I would still like royal family. We have such a good police force in this country. I know people are often criticising the police, but I still think we've got the best police forces in the world, and they will protect any famous and important person who comes to London, and he gets that as a matter of right for being in this country. He does not need anything more. If he feels he needs something more, he must pay for it himself and get the specialist information he needs. It's not available to him anymore. He's not a member of the working royal family anymore.
Can I say?
I don't know if Mike Perry has kids, because if he does, that would be such a shame. That is just such a shame. I'm not a parent, but if there's one thing I know when it comes to parents, or like I've been raised and what I've seen my parents do, is that the biggest responsibility when it comes to just parenting is to make sure that, you know, the kids are safe. It's like they go to extreme lengths to protect their kids, to make sure they're healthy, they're happy. I think that is what, if you ask many parents, they're always scared, especially when kids go to school or when they, they're now just becoming adults. You're always, that thought never gets away. You're always constantly worried. Are they safe? Are they happy? Are they eaten? Are they healthy? These are things that ring in your mind constantly. So it's such a shame that Mike Perry thinks that Prince Harry does not deserve security. It's just, that is just a shame, honestly, guys. Like, for a man who has not done any crime, like, what is Harry's crime? If let me just ask, what is Harry's crime? This is a man who served his country. He fought for his country. He's a veteran, and this is how they're treating him. And you think that King Charles will literally want his son to be protected, his grandkids to be safe, the mother, I mean, the wife to his son to also be well protected. Safety comes first, especially in a country that is known to say bad things, awful things, vile, horrible things when it comes to Harry and Meghan and their kids. But he does not care less. Mind you, it's just a phone call away, like, hey, give my son security. He needs security, but that does not happen. And that I came across on X, someone said, I'll always use Princess Madeleine of Sweden as an example. She currently resides in Florida, USA. She's not a full-time working royal, but do take part in engagements from time to time. However, Sweden ruled that whenever she and her family visit Sweden, they're given immediate, full, effective royal protection because of their status. Yet, you have a British veteran who fought for his country, having to fight the government in order for effective security for his wife and children, after previous court documents showed that the late Queen Elizabeth described it as imperative, her own words, that Harry and Meghan keep their full effective security after they left the royal family, because the threat level against Harry and especially his wife and children are way higher than any of the other royal family members. Exactly. Harry just wants the safety of his kids, his wife to be protected. And this is scary to me because you have the Invictus Games coming in 2027 in Birmingham, and this is happening. Like, the late Queen Elizabeth wanted, it was imperative that Harry and Meghan have security. You can argue anything else, but these two are the most famous royals in the world. Let's just agree to that. And it's funny, it's hypocritical, because they're the same people who want Harry to be back in the UK, to bring Archie and Lilibet to the roots, but they're making a lot of noise about how he should not have security. How do you want him to bring back his kids and his wife if he does not have security? And what's crazy to me is that even he is offering to pay for the security, yet it's a problem. And from the deranger Mike Perry's words, you can just tell he's just angry. Like, oh, he went to the US to make hundreds of millions, or referencing to the Netflix deal, oh, this and this. I mean, he went there to work. He left because of the abuse both him and his wife were facing. And I also love to agree with Yasmin when she said, if something were to happen to Harry, which may, because, people, after the book spread, that people, it's a chaotic world. People are crazy out there. People are crazy. We've seen the extreme lengths of people have gone to just want to write articles about Harry and Meghan, to know where they are, what are they doing. So it's crazy, and they have kids, 2 little ones. So it's crazy, and I like that Yasmin said, if something were to happen to Harry, what will William and King Charles say? What will they say? And it's crazy to me, even as a brother, why would you want your brother not to have security? Why would you not want his kids to be, your niece and nephew to be protected? That just speaks volume, and this is what makes me sad, that Harry has such a family like this. And I know there's so many, families, that dysfunctional families out there, but this is just some type of work level. He served his country, he's fought for his country, he's not committed any crime. To them, according to them, the only crime he committed is because he chose his wife and he left for peace, for calm, for, to be safe, because they kept abusing them. But that they will never let go. But they keep yapping, oh, Harry, come back. Harry, we need you. Bring Archie and Lilibet to your roots. But when it comes to security, that's where you draw the line. How do you want him to bring Archie and Lilibet back to the UK when you cannot even provide him with security? And it's really sad, guys. I'm really sad, because he really has to go to court to fight for security. And I love that the host said you cannot opt out of your DNA. Whether we like it or not, whether working royal member or not, Harry is a prince. He is royal. As long as the monarchy exists, he is a royal, working or not. Unless the monarchy is abolished, now that's a different thing. But we know it's not going to happen anytime soon. So we have to accept the fact that he is a royal and his kids are royal. That is not going by blood, by DNA, he is a royal. And after just reading everything and his fight, Harry is a warrior. This man is fighting, and it speaks volume of who he is. I don't want to get emotional. It speaks volume of who he is as a father and as a husband. You're fighting constantly because you want the safety of your kids, the safety of your wife, and day in, he's been fighting this for like 2 years now, and about 4 years now, and that he's never given up. Because he's also been vocal about wanting Archie and Lilibet to go back to, his roots, to learn about his heritage and everything. And for that to happen, there needs to be safety. He needs security. And I know there are crazy fathers out there, horrible fathers. It just makes me sad that, Meghan and Harry have terrible, terrible fathers. You have Thomas Markle, who's just an embarrassment as a father. And then you have King Charles, who just could care less about his son, his grandkids. He just does not care. And it's sad. And this is why I love that they're just so strong. Because it takes courage, guys. He's a warrior. He is a warrior. Like, he's been appealing. And you'd think his father will just let it go and be like, give my son, let him be safe. Or like, I want to see my grandkids. When they're here, let them have the security they need. But no. And when something happens, what are they going to do? This is not a question of whether or not he needs security. This is just like being a decent human being and like doing what's right. And what's right is just making sure he is safe. He is safe. That's all that matters. His safety, his wife's safety, his child's safety. Everyone in the world, when it comes to safety, that's not something that should be debated upon. It's just like the rightful thing to do. Give him the security he needs. It's just sad, guys. I'm emotional because Harry has heart, and I respect him a lot, and I just want him to win, like for once, to win and to have a break. And I'm glad that beside him, he has Meghan and amazing friends and people who are rallying behind him just to support him, because it takes courage. And most importantly, God. I'm praying so hard that he wins this case, he gets the security, because it's a crazy world out there. You don't know what people are capable of. And especially for a man, and it must be sad to see how his own country is treating him this way after everything. Even when he's willing to pay his own money, it's still a problem. He is willing to pay, but no. He's not being funded by taxpayers' money. It's crazy. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, let me know, what do you think? Does Harry deserve security or not? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and to share this video. I will see you in my next video. Stay safe. Bye.